Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're bringing you some of the best gear available at the 2022 Overland Expo in Flagstaff, Arizona. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching the channel.
I'm Mark Rappin. I'm with FieldVan. We're located in Fresno, California. We brought with us today a 2020 Transit all-wheel drive. It also has a Quigley 2-inch lift kit on it. This is our Meadow 1 series. We do 4 floor plans: the Tide, the Meadow, the Canyon, and the Summit. I'm sorry for a second.
Tide, Meadow, Canyon, and Summit.
Right.
Okay.
So the Meadow is, we do a Meadow 1, a Meadow 2, and a Meadow 3. This is the Meadow 1. It has a refrigerator, microwave, cooktop, sink, water system, roof AC. The couch opens up into a queen-size bed, and we have a full shower stall that would fit a toilet in there, either a cassette toilet or a regular porta-potty.
It does not come with a toilet already, but
Correct.
It's got room for one.
It's got room for one. This one
want.
does not have one, and it's an option in the vehicle. Lithium battery pack and solar system on the roof.
How many watts and how many amp hours does it come standard with?
I believe we've got 2 115s on this one. And I believe we got 360 amp hours of lithium power.
Plenty for 2 people, 3 people, no problem at all.
The biggest reason is the induction stove, microwave, and the roof AC. The roof AC is a 12-volt system, so it'll operate just off the batteries when you're driving down the highway.
That's awesome.
You don't have to have the inverter on, which is a very nice feature.
It's a really good feature. Everybody asks about how can I run the AC from my solar, or from my lithium batteries, and that's difficult to do.
Yep.
Question, why did you choose the Sprinter? I know it's one of the most popular chassis out there, but I know there's some other options. A lot of people have been doing like the Nissan 3500, MV 3500 and stuff like that.
We used to do some things on the Nissan, but there wasn't that much demand for it at the time. It was still a new van. And for years we built on the Ford Econoline, so we've been comfortable with the Ford product. And then when the Sprinter came out with 4-wheel drive built in the United States, we had a lot of demand for that. It seems
so this
popular.
chassis itself is 4-wheel drive.
This is all-wheel drive, electronic all-wheel drive.
Nice.
The Sprinter today has a 4-wheel drive system on it. It has 35% to the front, 65% to the rear. For 2023, Mercedes is changing. They're going to go to an all-wheel drive like the Ford, and they're going to put a inline 4-cylinder diesel with a 9-speed transmission in the vehicle with their all-wheel drive.
The diesel will be nice.
Yes.
The diesel will be really nice. The only issue is the price of diesel going up like crazy. So,
well, and gasoline isn't a lot of fun right now either. I think we stopped and I paid over $6 a gallon for regular unleaded.
Yep.
And fortunately there's an eco mode on this, so I think I averaged about 15 miles a gallon coming over.
Yeah, that's not so bad. It's about what my Jeep gets. Yep. So as equipped, 154, 150. And where are you guys based out of?
Fresno, California.
Fresno.
We've been there for 30 years, building vans, and we hope to be there for another 30 years. So this is the Summit S2. This is also in a Transit. This is a 2019 Transit with a Quigley 4-wheel drive system on it. We designed this S2 to accommodate a bigger family. So with our pop top, you can sleep 2 people up in the pop top. You can sleep 2 people on the sofa bed. It opens like a futon, folds down, the bed's underneath, and then you can put 2 people up in the platform bed. You've got seat belts for 5, so you got 2 in the front, 3 on this, and we have an optional jump seat that we can put in here for the 6th person.
So this one, the biggest difference between this and the other one that we looked at, no shower?
No shower.
No shower.
Porta potty that we put in the back.
Gotcha.
We had to shift this. Yeah, we could do a shower in the stall here, or one of those, we call them a doggy shower.
Outside shower.
And it comes with an exterior shower as standard.
Nice. And this one, looking at 170 as equipped.
Right.
Do you make this one with the Sprinter chassis, the Mercedes chassis?
We do. All our floor plans will switch between the Sprinter or the Ford Transit.
What's the difference in cost between this and the Mercedes chassis?
Mercedes chassis is probably $4,000 to $5,000 more.
That's not that bad, really. The thing I like about the Mercedes chassis, to be goofy, is the cockpit.
Yes.
It's much nicer in my opinion. So
a little easier to get in and out of. It's a little tighter trying to get between the seats on the Ford and avoid that big doghouse there with the drink cups and the gear shift lever.
ElKapitanVans. We've been in business since 1982, building all various kinds of vans. Been doing the sprinters now for about 10 years, and it's going very well. We're in Huntington Beach, California. What else would you like to know about these vans?
So you guys focus primarily on the Mercedes Sprinter?
We do.
Okay. What about the Mercedes, do you think? I see a lot of other vans that they have the Mercedes or they have the Ford.
Right.
Mercedes obviously has a reputation much better than the Ford, but what more about them do you like? Why did you choose that?
Mainly because the way you can build on a Sprinter is ideal. The Ford chassis and the Dodge chassis don't lend themselves very easily to build packages. And IVS, who owns ElKapitan, they are a major Mercedes dealer.
So this van here, how many people would this sleep?
This van here, this version 1, sleeps 2, and there's also a sofa in the back for somebody smaller that does expand out.
All-wheel drive?
Yes, these are 4-wheel drive.
Okay.
All our vans are 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, some people don't know the difference between the all-wheel drive and the 4-wheel drive. Can you elaborate on that?
That section I can't elaborate.
Okay. I believe all-wheel drive is all the time, and
yes,
4-wheel drive you can select between 2 and 4.
Like a Denali.
Yeah, which helps with fuel.
They're all-wheel drive.
Like that. So something like this, what does this run fully equipped?
Fully equipped, it could be, the range goes from 185 all the way up to about 220, depending on the options.
Yep. So I assume if someone wanted to purchase one of these, you'd go through a whole list of options. You get this,
exactly.
That, and then it's built.
The base starts at 185, and then you can go up from there.
And what is the what's the turnaround time? I'm just going to
about 14 to 16 weeks.
So I order one today, I'll have it 14 to 16 weeks.
Yep.
Nice. This one sleeps how many? How many does this one sleep?
This would be the same as the other version you saw. This is also the first edition model.
Nice.
We have 3 different models. The second edition comes with 2 sofas, so that's an extra full bed. Obviously in the 144 package, it's only 54 inches deep, but it's 68 inches wide, so you can sleep 2 people on that version, plus the 2 on the Honey Bunny bed system.
Nice. Looks really comfortable.
So here we have our 20-liter duffel bags. They come equipped with these pouches. A lot of people like to put our BCKs in here. And these also come off with Velcro. So if you would like, you can also put our tourniquets with our tourniquet holder. You can also clip them in here if you'd like. We also have our visor panels that are very similar. They have the same pouches, and they're also they connect to your visors, and then if an emergency situation, you just rip them off and grab your equipment that you need. We also have our ankle holsters, and we also sell these loaded. They come with our frog tape, trauma bandages, emergency blanket. So we have those available on our site as well.
Can I buy the duffel bag completely loaded? Can I just call up and say, hey, I want it with everything in it?
Yeah, we could offer that, and we can load it up with some of our most popular med items that we think you would need. We also have our MTK, which is our mobility trauma kit, and this one comes with a little bit more than your basic first aid. This is for more of a traumatic injury, and this is more for like your little cuts here and there. So yeah, we offer both of those on our site as well. And
cool.
Yeah, that's
I see you make some belts and stuff as well.
So these are, we partner with Ridge Belts. Sorry, the wind.
That's all right.
But yeah, we sell these on our store, so we don't sell these online. But we also have our tool roll bag, and these are handmade. We have a leathersmith who makes those. His name's Kenny.
It's nice to see something that's handmade quality leather rather than some Chinesium.
Exactly. And that's what we try to do. We try to sell everything that's made in the USA, support local.
Great.
Right.
Where's the best place to buy your products?
FieldCraftsurvival.com.
Awesome.
Tents. My name is Logan. I'm here today with FreeSpiritrecreation. We make some of the best rooftop tents in the industry. This is our Evolution. It's one of our top of the line tents, and it's a hard shell, so it has the capability of holding up to like 250 pounds on top. You'll notice that I've actually got a 200-watt solar panel up here, which is fantastic, and it just undo the latches. Simple as open it up like that. Huge, massive window, and we've got this fantastic tent material that is called tri-layer, and this is 3 layers essentially of 150 denier on the inside, outside, with poly cotton in the middle. So that's like one of the most insulating materials on the market, and it's fantastic. And overall, it's a really, really great product. And if you guys have any questions, always just give us a call, and we're happy to help.
So 3 layers of material in there.
Yeah, 3 layers.
That's awesome. Last night we stayed in, well, we have a roof nest on ours, and it's funny because it's a nice tent, but it gives you 0 thermal protection.
Oh, absolutely. I actually used to work for Roof Nest for 3 years, and then I came to this company.
And this is all aluminum case on the inside and outside?
Yep. So we do have a unique design under here that you'll see. So this is actually proprietary to FreeSpiritrecreation, and what we got going on is essentially an EPE pad with aluminum bars, and it's totally weather sealed, like you can't get any leaks in there or anything. But what's great is it shaves a ton of weight off, and it reduces the condensation, so you ultimately end up with like a better solution for the vast majority of vehicles, because you've got a weight limit on all these vehicles that you can't really breach, and this helps get around it.
So with most rooftop tents, how do they do the floor as opposed to this?
It's usually just a piece of aluminum, you know, that's just on the bottom that seals it up, and that adds a lot of weight to it. And what you'll see is like most cars out there are like 165 like pound weight rating.
165, yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of like the max that you can reach. And that gives us the opportunity to give you a hard shell, you know, in a good size. This is a 55, you know, and it weighs, you know, a lot less than
55 pounds is nothing.
No, not 55 pounds. It's 55 inches wide. This one weighs like 170, but we have a 49 that weighs like 155. And then what's crazy is we have a couple of other models that only weigh 130 pounds.
And you can put 250 pounds on the roof.
Exactly.
Do you guys make the awning as well?
So not this awning. We do actually have an awning. It's brand new, so I don't even have it. It's coming in.
You mind if I pop up there?
Absolutely. Feel free to hop up in there. We've got a prototype mattress in there.
Now they have Google Car. That solves all.
Oh, I love the pillows. You can feel the difference in the material between this and something like the roof nest.
Absolutely. That's one of our biggest things. You know, what we do at FreeSpirit is nothing but, you know, premium. It's kind of our jam. And this tent is no exception. This is our top of the line, my favorite tent in the lineup, and largely our top seller.
Is this the largest tent that you manufacture?
So we do have some soft shells that fold out that are a little bit larger, but this is our largest for hard shell.
Awesome. FreeSpiritrecreation.
And that's we're looking at that.
Where are you guys based out of?
So we have 2 locations, Bend, Oregon, and I'm in Golden, Colorado. That's our headquarters. So we're happy for anyone we have a huge showroom, anyone to come in, check us out.
What's the retail on a pop-up like this?
So this is our most expensive one. It's $4,095. But it's also our most premium. I mean, you can keep all your bedding in here. It's got the tri-layer material, opens up with all the weight. So you pay for that, but we do have a lot of models that are below that, you know, in the 3,000 range.
Yeah. So when you say you can keep all your bedding in there, that's what Roof Nest says too, but you can't.
I know. What I mean? Trust me, I know.
So you can this one's got plenty of room.
Oh, dude, you can put 2 pillows, a sleeping bag. I actually have another sleeping bag that's in the car right now, but I put that up there too. So 2 sleeping bags, 2 like full-size pillows, all goes in there, works out great.
Hi, I'm Mike from GazelleTents. This is our T3 tent, T3X actually. We make a number of different models. What's unique about our product is how quickly they set up. So they literally set up in under a minute. It's super easy to set them up and take them down. So to take them down, you just unhook these hooks all the way around the hubs, and then you would pop the hubs in. You do that 5 times and this thing's collapsed. Once it's collapsed, you just reverse the process and pop it out. And so So you can literally set up and take this thing down in under a minute. The rain fly is completely waterproof, and the roof is the roof underneath is very well ventilated, so you don't get any moisture buildup inside your tent from dew or from just condensation inside your tent like you would other products. It comes with a fully integrated floor, so it's a bathtub style floor, so you could even have, you know, streams of water in a rain running underneath your tent. It's still not going to get inside because it comes up the sidewall, you know, about 9 inches, so it keeps everything nice and dry. 2 doors on each side on the T3, T3X, and the T4 model, which is just the bigger version of it. You can stand, everyone can stand up inside that model. I mean, it's just got a little bit wider footprint in both directions. We also sell a T4 Plus, which is a tandem style tent, so it's kind of like 2 of the T4s put together. And what that does is it creates like a giant vestibule or a sitting area, or if you have lots of people that you're camping with, it does double as another sleeping area as well. So you can actually separate the 2 sides, to giving people some privacy.
Nice. And then I see you have the gazebo there as well.
Yep, and we sell different models of this. What we're showing here is the deluxe gazebo. So this is a sunshade, gets you out of the bugs. The bugs always seem to be one of the bigger issues. But the nice thing about this is, like, you know, during the heat of the day, you can actually open up these mesh windows and allow some airflow if you got a nice day. And it has integrated wind panels, so you can unroll these and create a solid side if you're looking to actually create it into a solid shelter. To people use them for all kinds of things, like, you know, an eating shack, put a picnic table in there, and that's where they plan to eat when they're camping, or to even store other gear.
Great. Where's the best place to buy these? On your website?
Yeah, off our website, GazelleTents.com. You can find them at some other retailers, but they're all over online. But the best place to probably look is off our website or off of any online retailer.
Hi, my name's Mac. I'm the warehouse manager at LeitnerDesigns. We're out here at Overland West. I want to show you guys a couple new products. We came out with the Hydropod last year. This is our new Hydropod carry. So all you guys with your JKs and your Forerunners, we finally got a product that you can put in the back. It's a real sturdy platform. Has a softer rubber compound on the feet, so it bites in. Throw a strap on top for a little more security, and great product. Holds almost 5 gallons of water, 4.8, so you actually can get a few showers in if you rinse off carefully, do your dishes.
Nice.
A couple of the other things that we have, our new flag mount will be coming out probably in the next couple of months. We're still testing out a couple of things, so anybody looking for a flag mount to go on the rack, that'll be coming out to you guys soon. I don't know if you're aware, we also teamed up with MyMedic. You want to come on over here? So this is a first aid kit that we designed with them. Covers everything from a blister to massive trauma bleeding. Everything comes in a module. So if you do use that particular module, you can call up MyMedic and they'll ship you out that module again. Glucose if there's a diabetic issue, shears, you got medication, you got thermometer, everything's in here. It's like covers everything that's going to give you a bad day on the trail. You can fix it, get yourself back up and go on again.
Very nice. So I know the LeitnerDesigns because when I was looking for my Jeep Gladiator, this was one of the ones that I was definitely thinking about purchasing. I ended up getting an RLD Designs cap. The only reason that I went with the RLD over the Leitner was at the time you couldn't get any of the Leitners. There was like an 8-month backlog on them.
Right now we are in stock. Every rack that we make, we have in stock. We got gear pods in stock. We got lots of hydropods in stock. So the supply chain issue with us right now, we're doing good.
Good to go.
Yep.
I know they make a forged version as opposed to the regular version.
Yep.
What are the differences?
Differences, classic is a couple $100 cheaper, a little less carrying capacity, but there's still, I haven't heard any problems with anybody breaking a classic rack. So you can get a little bit cheaper option. Everything fits the same way. It is a different look. Some people like the tubular welded look versus the forged look.
I know one of the things that I liked about it the most was the static and dynamic weight capacity is just about the highest of any of the racks that are out there.
Correct.
And can you, what were the?
So 1400 static, 800 on-road, 400 off-road.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. That's a lot of weight. So if you're going to put a rooftop tent or anything else up there, it'll hold it.
Yes, and the family and the dog, you're good to go.
Great. What's the retail on the pods?
These are going for $350 right now.
And you sell them at the show?
Yes, we do have some in stock, and we're doing a 20% discount for the show.
My name's Chef Adam Glick, and this is my knife kit that I've designed with Messermeister. They've been around for about 30 years, German knife manufacturer. We've come up with two different options, a folding option and a fixed blade full tang option. So in the folding option is the Adventure Chef collection. You've got 6 pieces, chef's knife, fish fillet knife, a hobo, fork, spoons, serrations, and a knife. Also, you've got a paring knife with peeler, zester, and corer. All comes with a cutting board.
Nice.
And padded case, $249. Over here.
What's the cutting board made out of?
That is, what do they call that? TP high composite.
Okay.
It's that really dense stuff you can't mess up.
Yeah, so it's not wood, it's not going to chip or
anything God, no.
like that.
And actually the cool thing about the cutting board is when you finish cutting your food, you can pick it up and it creates a little V slot, which allows you to then bring it to the pot and safely slide it in without losing product to the sides. All fits in a little padded case, goes in your glove box, your backpack, your boat, whatever you want.
It's
also,
funny.
it hangs off the back of a grill really well.
It's funny because this morning, the very first thing I went to cook some kielbasa.
Yeah.
And my wife and I were just, really getting into what do we need for the site. And the first thing I said is, I didn't bring a knife.
Well,
I didn't bring a knife.
Now you know.
I'm Ryan with REDARC Electronics. We are basically a 12-volt power management system and brake controllers. So I'm going to kind of give you a few steps of what we do with our power management side. So as a very simple dual battery setup, you can use a SBI. It's a simple solenoid, so it's just going to simply allow power to travel back and forth between the start batteries. Well, it doesn't go back and forth, it just goes one way from the start battery. Yep, it's just an isolator, start battery to the auxiliary battery. Very simple, very cost effective, but there is some downsides to it, that it doesn't actually produce a charge, and it does have to be a same type battery in order to charge properly. The real bread and butter is going to be our BCDC range. It ranges from 25, 40, and 50 amp outputs. This is a DC to DC charger, a MPPT solar regulator, and in additional to that, it's also a battery isolator built in as well. So this is going to be actually producing a charge, so you don't have to worry about something like the solenoid where it's just kind of whatever's left over from the alternator. This is going to take anything that comes in, amplify it up, pull more volts for it, so it can actually output the 25, 40, or 50 amps for that.
So it will take either your alternator current, your battery current from your regular battery, or solar, and charge a secondary battery.
Yeah, so it's going to pull through the start battery, but the alternator is just going to keep kind of topping that start battery off. But yeah, it's going to blend it in with it's going to take solar first. If you have like a fixed solar panel, or you have some other panel plugged in at the same time, and then it'll blend with the alternator or start battery power to supplement if it needs more draw. So that way we call that green power priority, so it maximizes the efficiency of it.
And so with this we could mix and match, for instance, a lead acid battery and a lithium ion battery.
Yep, so it does have manual charge profile controls here, so depending on how you wire these up, it's whether it's going to be for a lead acid, or an AGM, or a lithium, so it doesn't matter, you can blend the battery types.
Nice.
And this is generally mounted under the hood or somewhere in the back, but it can handle the elements, it can get wet, it can get dusty.
So that can go in the engine compartment.
Yeah, we run them in the engine compartments as long as you can get a little bit of breath air. It will stop functioning above
above 175 degrees, so just something to be conscious of.
And solar-wise, it's MMPT controller?
Yep, MPPT.
That's critical.
Solar, yes, regulator, which is, it's the good one.
Awesome. What is one of those? What do those typically go for retail?
Retail just over $400.
Okay.
And obviously that'll incrementally increase based on the output size that you pick.
Makes sense.
And then we'll jump up to the big one right here. This is our Manager 30. So this it does everything the BC-DC does, so DC to DC charging, solar regulation, battery isolation, but in addition to that, it's going to have AC to DC. So you can plug it in shore power at home or campground or Walmart parking lot if you're in danger, if you needed it. In addition to that, it'll also have a battery shunt, which then will send information to the small screen that it'll have with it, so you can have battery state of charge information. You're going to see time to empty based on your draw, your current draw, or time to full based on your current input from power, solar, what have you. And then if you want to go wild, you can add in or buy it as a full kit our Red Vision system, which is a total vehicle management system. So it's going to be a smart distribution box, so you can manage and turn on your accessories, up to 10 accessories, monitor 6 water tank levels, 2 temperature probes, remotely control your inverter, and then in addition to that, you can also set up some digital inputs as well.
Do you guys also sell an inverter that ties into that?
Yes, so we are just launching today our REDARC 110 inverters, but there is some other brands that will function with that system as well.
And you guys manufacture the solar panels as well?
Yes, yep, so we have our solar range, we have our fixed solar panels, we have our portable fold-ins, and then we also have the portable blankets, which you'll see on the top here and in front of the Bronco over there.
Awesome. So complete power solution for any kind of outdoor build you want to do, any kind of overland build you
Absolutely.
want to do. Now, see, I think the drawback to this would be the size, trying to find a place to put it. But
yeah,
if you're
so
doing a
size, and then it's unlike the BC-DC, it's not handled not meant to handle the elements, so it's not sealed up at all. So this has to be
somewhere in the cab.
Somewhere in the cab or inside of a protective unit or a box. That way it keeps it out of the elements.
The screen here, I see also that this looks like it's going to get mounted to some, you need a faceplate or some kind?
It will come with a faceplate to flush mount it, what have you. And then this is, you're switching between your accessories. If you run it with this, you can upgrade to this, with this screen with the regular Manager 30. That way you have Bluetooth capabilities so you can see your state of charge and everything from your phone.
So can I turn things on and off with Bluetooth as well?
Absolutely. If you have the Red Vision with the whole kit, you can then use your phone to see state of charge plus manage your accessories.
Nice. One more question about the smaller one.
Absolutely.
Is there a voltage capacity on the solar? For instance, I have a DC to DC charge controller that's a different brand. And when we went to hook it up, I was like, great, here I have my 300 watt solar panel, it's 36 volts, won't work.
Correct.
25 volts is its
very
max.
similar to that. You can throw as much wattage as you want at it, but it is limited to 32 volts open circuit.
Okay, 32 volts is still pretty high.
Yeah,
it's a good size.
All of our panels are within that range, so you won't have any issues.
Right, unless you're running them in series.
Yeah, you'll want to run them in parallel.
Right. All right, great. So REDARC, thanks, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Okay, so tell me about the MMPT controller.
Sure. So this is our DC-DC MPPT. It will take solar input and also alternator input to charge your house batteries. So either one or both at the same time.
Okay, awesome. Bluetooth connector there I see as well as an accessory?
Yes, it is. Bluetooth connected. It can be seen by our DC Home app, so you can see input, output, what's going to the batteries, and what's coming from the panels or the alternator as well.
Awesome. And what kind of a panel do you have connected to it right now?
Right now, this one is connected to a 100 DSS panel. We have these on the website for, I believe, $99.99 right now for sale. Normally, they're around $124. Yes.
So I know you guys also have the flat panel.
Yes, we do.
Will that work with that as well? Because I think that has a limited rating of 25 volts.
Yes, so this one is only going to be rated for about 12 volt panels. No 24 volt panels, no series 12 volt panels on that one. But this unit is a 50 amp unit, so it can handle up to 660 watts. It can handle, the 30 amp unit that we have can handle up to 400 watts. But they would need to be in parallel, so either two 200s, 4 100s, perfectly fine on that.
And I see you also have the Phoenix and the other MMPT controllers.
So the Phoenix actually is going out. That's our discontinued Phoenix right now. We are coming out with newer Phoenixes, 200, 300, 500, and 1000. Hopefully Q3, late Q4. hopefully before the end of the year on that one. But we're going to get a little bit bigger on those for the 1000s. And we also have the Lycan 5000 as well too, which is our big solar generator essentially.
Right. That one I've seen some literature on it. It looks really awesome.
It's bulky, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a beast, but that's not for. We want to put it in a van. That's going to power a small house or something.
Yeah,
a tiny home.
So, I mean, we brought them in our van. You definitely could do it if you have the space. Now, probably not going to be a normal, you know, everyday van.
Right,
but
that's the Lycan right there.
That's our Lycan right here. And right now it is charging or powering our fridge, our TV, our radio right here as well too. So we can get some cold water just to make sure that we're a little bit hydrated in the desert today.
Cool, and I see you're running it with a 100 amp hour battery here?
Yes, actually we're emulating this battery as your starter battery. That is being charged by our suitcase right here, which is providing at least 13.2 volts, which would be seen by that DC-DC, taking from this battery and charging our BT battery.
So, I'm going to give you some pros and cons if you don't mind. We'll go back and forth. This is a great unit. I love it. I actually have one of your 100 amp hour Bluetooth batteries. Bluetooth battery's awesome. I went to hook that up. That's when I found out you couldn't have more than 25 volts because, of course, I was hooking it up to a 300 watt panel that's 36 volts. Won't work. Now, biggest drawback I find to it is the way you guys have it wired here is how most people would do it. But you want to put the covers on. You can't put the covers on.
Yes. So that is going to be a detrimental on that one. We are trying to get those a little bit higher. Our product team is going to be coming out with a newer version coming soon, which is going to be a boost version as well too. It can go up to 24 volts as well too. And hopefully that will have a little bit higher on the range on that one, so you can get thicker wires in there, 4 gauge, maybe even 2 gauge in there possibly.
Great. Cool. Renogy makes the whole gambit of whatever you need for solar, from the panels to the charge controllers to the batteries, everything you need, all in one solution. Not all in one solution, but they carry everything.
We try to be a one-stop shop. Yep.
Great.
Yeah, so this is the UBCO electric 2x2. The company's name stands for Electric Utility Bike Company. Started in New Zealand in 2015. We're in 5 countries right now, but really what we're known for and what you look at here, we have 2-wheel drive all time in a motorcycle. Very unheard of. There's been a couple brands over the years like Rocon and others that have attempted to do 2-wheel drive, but because of the beauty of an electric motor with no chains or belts, we can put them into both tires. So if you come over a little bit closer, our bike weighs 150 pounds total weight, 2-wheel drive, 335 average payload, 30 mile/hour top speed. We have a top 3100 watt battery, and you can get about 50 to 75 miles per charge.
That's a lot of power.
It's a lot. Yeah, the people who are going to use these, adventure seekers, RV, camping, sportsmen, hunting, ranching, rural work, but if you really think back to the old Honda Trail 90 bikes, the CT70, the CT90, the CT110s, those were iconic since the 1960s from Honda. People loved them because they were versatile. They had a step-through frame. You might see someone riding on the road with a license plate. You might see a farmer using it. We're going after that same thing, but all the modern technology of electric motors, and it's amazing.
So tell me about the advantages of having a dual drive bike. Because everybody, like, if you talk to somebody and say, well, I got a 2-wheel drive car as opposed to an all-wheel drive, immediately they know what the...
You feel safer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is it similar with the bike?
It is. So think about more traction, more safety. We have a really low center of gravity. But when you think about when you're going through gnarly terrain, dirt, snow, sand, and you have a rear wheel motorcycle washing you out, you lose control. When you have both pull in front from the front and rear, and you get that front to dig in, it actually pulls you out or puts you right back up.
Nice.
So it's a lot of like a torque steer setting is kind of what you'd feel like. If you drive a front wheel drive car through the snow, you'd rather do that than only a rear wheel drive car. It's that same thing where you're pulling your way through loose terrain. So that is really the benefit of having 2-wheel drive.
Do you find that people are have a difficulty with the weight? 150 pounds for a bike, that's pretty heavy.
If you compare it to a motorcycle, motorcycles are going to be 250, 300. A good e-bike's going to be 50 to 70 pounds.
Right.
So we sit right in the middle of that. But what we get from customers, the bike weighs 150. The battery is about 40 to 50 pounds.
Okay.
So if you think about low center of gravity in the design, it's sucked right down to the ground.
It's not going to just tip over.
No, and when you turn this compared to a normal motorcycle, you're not tipping over and trying to lean into a turn. You just sit, turn, and go. So when you think about more people that can get into riding, this is a much more effortless platform just to get on. Automatic, everything's up top. There's no clutch, there's no foot brake.
Just like a motorcycle.
Throttle and go. Yep.
This one here is street legal as well?
This one is street legal. So it comes with a 17-digit VIN, turn signals, blinkers, 30-mile-an-hour top speed.
You have to register.
It depends if you're going to ride on road. So if you want to ride on a public road, you have to have an actual motor vehicle. So you can plate this. And then we have over there, you saw the black version. That one is off-road only. So that one you cannot.
Set up as far as the lighting and the street legal.
No turn signals, no mirrors, no reflectors, no dash. Everything is stripped off. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And what are these retail for, and where do we buy them?
$59.99 to $79.99.
Depending on the size of the battery, I think.
Yep, and model. And go to UBCO.com. There's about 80 to 90 dealer locations around the U.S. We sell through Camping World stores. You can also buy online. And there's a bunch of power sport dealers out there as well. So a lot of different options, just depending on what suits you best.
UBCO.
UBCO.
Great.
Yeah.